All right. So basically, I really don't know what this video is going to be about today, and it's just going to be me sitting in the car. Probably, I'm going to tell you the story about how I got this car and where it came from. Maybe do a little overview of the interior, even though I don't want to wait for that because this dash is still out. I believe I found the culprit. This little silver box right here, I think, is what's giving me all the trouble. Oh, you saw my thumb for a second. That is the central power supply. I read somewhere on, I think, the forums that is bad about going out in the 88 model, only the 88 first year. And, yeah, so I'm going to order one of those eventually sometime, probably here in the near future. And, oh, sorry for the rain noise. I can't help that it's raining. But anyway, yeah. So basically, this is just my 1988 Buick Reatta. I'd take it down the road and do a video of that on the road, but water pump's going out on it. I already got a new one. Just haven't had time to put it on yet. So I already have a new, yeah, like I said, I already have a new water pump sitting in the house. But, yeah. So basically, this is my, and it, like I said, if you don't know what a Buick Reatta was, it was a limited production two-door Grand Tourer. I call it a sports coupe. But it's really not. It's a Grand Tourer two-door car that was made from 88 to 91. In 90, they gave it a convertible, yada, 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 front-wheel drive, V6. Has a amazing V6 under it, under the hood. It is a 3.8 liter V6, but that's enough of the overview. Anyway, so I guess I'll go over some of the interior first. There's not really much I haven't already talked about. It's got a, oh, my phone's at 14%. Hopefully I have enough time to do this video. So basically, as I said, this dash right here does not work. It is digital. I'm going to put it in auxiliary. I'll put it in auxiliary. You got the touch screen right here, which they dropped this particular thing right here. They dropped the touch screen, which is a real CRT back there with a mesh on front for the touch screen. And they dropped it in, I think, 89 is when they dropped this. They dropped the touchscreen in 89. I don't know why they did. They also in 89, or 90, they dropped the touchscreen. I'm sorry. Also in 89, this is the only year to have the glove box not have a absolutely terrible garbage design of a glove box. Not have a way to open it without a button. There's no handle. That's because it's right behind the gear shifter. Right here. Glove box. Can't see it, but I'm pointing at it. Glove box. And I push that, and yeah. It says service engine soon, but that turns off the second the motor's on. I think that's just because there's a relay or something going bad for that. This is a 33-year-old car that has probably around 200-something thousand miles on it. Of course, you got all of this space in the back. It ain't used for anything. Well, I mean, you got little cubbies and, of course, a golf hatch for your golf clubs when you take your 1988 Buick Reatta to the golf course. And even despite this car being probably, honestly, the most modern car of the 1980s, this particular one, it still feels like 1988. Suddenly it's 1988. Because you got that one long line that goes all the way throughout the car, which I like, by the way. I really like this interior. I think it's a really cool interior. The seats kind of remind me of a Porsche. You got this center right here. You can lift that up and then got a hideaway. Of course, because you probably smoke, That right there. I don't, so I don't use it. It's a little nasty. I hadn't cleaned it yet. I need to, I just hadn't. Cassette doesn't work, radio doesn't work, but I've already said all that before. I'm fine with, I don't really care. The radio's a minor inconvenience. Not working. I have a little cheap speaker I bought. It's not amazing. It's not a great speaker, but this is a small car. It's pretty big on the inside. It looks tiny on the outside, but it's really big on the inside. Very spacious car. Yeah, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. These videos are not scripted. I do all of them in one take, so I lost my train of thought. It's gonna kill me that I can't remember what that was. Anyway, so yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and say the story of this car. Basically, I have a 1994 Cadillac DeVille. Still have the car, plan to restore it. And it's got a kind of a funny story to it, because the day I was driving that car, I did a video. I believe it's the 1994 Cadillac DeVille is an underrated classic or something like that. I believe that's the name of the video. And right that day, not 5 minutes after I hit end, I was going down the highway, because I have a little mount I use that I can just press it without taking my eyes off the road. The transmission went thump, it broke. The transmission broke. It wouldn't shift anymore. Heard a loud chunk, and it would not shift into drive anymore. Had to push it into the driveway. Well, I looked for about a week, a couple of days after that. I looked for a couple of days after that, and no, let me go ahead and turn that before I run the battery down. Go ahead and start it, actually, so that my... There we go. It didn't kill the battery, let it charge up for a second. But anyway, yeah. And when it died, I started looking for a car. Well, I found a 1998 Camaro, I think it was, a ragtop. I believe it was a ragtop RS Camaro, just a little V6 Camaro. That's good. Just a little V6 Camaro ragtop. Went to go up there, they'd done sold it. They actually had another one of these up at the lot I went to look at, but the master cylinder was going out for the brakes, and they wanted like $4,000 or $5,000 for it. It was a year newer and had only 74,000 original miles on it and was in pretty nice shape, other than, you know, the brakes wouldn't go out. Oh, and the headlights wouldn't pop down or up anymore. So that's fun. But yeah, so anyway, on the way up there to look at the Camaro, we saw this car sitting in front of a building. And I look at it and I'm like, that car looks like it's for sale. And my dad is like, yeah, I don't know, maybe we'll come back and look at it. If it's still there when we get back from looking at the dealership, we'll stop and look at the car. Well, funny thing was, I didn't even see the sign. I don't know how I missed it. Great big sign saying it was a dealership that this was parked at. It was the guy I bought it from, his dealership wasn't operational anymore. He still had his license and everything, but he was like retired. He'd sell the occasional car now, so he kept the license. And he still owned the dealership. And he'd retired from it. So it had been sitting there, and he bought it for like, I think he bought it as like his personal car, and he just ended up parking it, and he didn't drive it a lot, so he went to go sell it. That's not the interesting part of the story. I bought it from there. It's crazy that I found it, and these wipers right here, the wipers, they're good now. I replaced them. But it started raining like this going down the road, and the wipers weren't good. This car probably sat for, who knows, a year. Let's say about a year and a half. And the wipers had gone bad on it. Well, here I am driving down the highway, following that Tahoe right there, and it's pouring sheets of rain. I mean, sheets of rain. I don't know how I didn't crash this thing. It was the sketchiest, scariest ride of my entire life. The drive from there to my house was only like an hour and a half. It felt like I was in this car for 5 hours. Oh, and then I didn't know how to operate the touchscreen either yet. I hadn't quite messed with it enough, so of course it didn't take me long to figure it out. It's easy. But so I had the AC on full blast. It's even colder because it was like 40 something outside, full blast, so I'm freezing my fingers off. I can't do anything. I didn't know how to use the headlights. Or no, I figured out the headlights. Those were easy. I knew the headlights. And I could only see about 5 feet in front of me, so like I said, I was following the back of them taillights. And it was like it was a lighthouse. 2 little red dots. That's all I was following. Oh, and the speedometer's out, so I have no idea how fast I'm going. So, oh, you saw my finger again. So, yeah. Long story short, obviously, I didn't die. Because I wouldn't be filming this. So we made it back to the house and parked it, and everything was good. But good night, was that the scariest drive I have ever been on. Well, frankly, I should have pulled over, but I didn't, so whatever. But yeah, that's just a quick little story about how I got this car, where I got this car from. It was somewhere in Alabama. I don't remember the town. I didn't say where I got it from. I don't remember the dealership name. I don't remember the town. I don't remember who I bought it from. I just know it was a dude, probably about in his 60s, maybe mid 50s. I don't remember the name of the dealership, but it was somewhere in Alabama. So I don't remember. I have no clue. I can't remember anymore. Yeah, I can't pull it out of my head. I don't know how I forgot where I bought it from. I just remember the dude, and I remember there was a Jeep up there that he was working on, and I remember him telling me about this. But yeah, it's been a good car. Of course, I've had to replace things. Of course. Obviously. It's a 33-year-old car that probably sat for a little bit in storage. It's got its issues. I knew that getting into it, though. But yeah, I guess that's just my little story. I don't know what the thumbnail is going to be for this video. But that's just me being honest with you. Anyway, I wanted to say, if you're watching, thank you for 151 subscribers if you made it this far. And if you're one of the regular viewers, oh, it just got really blurry, didn't it? Focus, there we go. If you're one of the regular viewers, which is crazy to me that I have a couple regular viewers, thank you for watching all the time. I really do appreciate that. I figured this video was going to be on the shorter end, so yeah, whatever. And I do appreciate that, and I do appreciate you watching. And if you aren't a regular and you made it this far, which there's only like, I think about 3-4 of you, 3-4 regulars. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching. And if you like the channel, you like what I'm doing, even though I know, low quality. I know, low quality. Terrible quality, but I work with what I have. And you want to support the channel, like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about this car, even though I know I didn't show the outside or anything. You can see it's raining. I don't want to get my phone wet. This is my primary means of stuff. I mean, I don't think it hurt it that bad, but still. It's more a matter of I don't want to get wet. But yeah, and if you want to support it, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share it to anybody who might be interested. Tell me what you think about the car. Just, if you want to talk to me about a car, just talk to me in the comments. I don't care if it's about this car. I really don't care. Anything helps, because I am still very, very small on YouTube. Well, I've done dragged this on for too long, so thank you for watching, and have a good one.